Hello everyone, it's Chris, and this is going to be a brutal ride. It is 20 degrees. This is a ride I need to make, and I'll explain where we're going in a moment, but I'm going to take the trickle charger off. I'm going to let the Spyder warm up. Normally I don't really do a good job of doing that, but it is so cold. This is the coldest I've ever started the Spyder. This will be interesting, and it's certainly the coldest I've ever ridden the Spyder. But I've got to go for a ride, and I've got to go for a ride at night, and I'll explain where we're going momentarily. Okay, so what I'm going to do, put the heaters on. I'm going to run back into the house, and I'll come out momentarily. We'll go for this ride, and I'll explain what we're doing. But I think this should be an interesting video. Okay, so I just shot a video. I believe it was the last video that I scheduled that you may have seen, where I said I would not be wearing my balaclava unless it was absolutely necessary, because I didn't like the audio. And my guess is the audio is kind of muffled right now, and for that I apologize. However, I would say that this ride that we're going on right now is dangerously cold, and I just have to wear the balaclava. So we are going from Niagara Falls to the city of North Tonawanda to have dinner with some of my colleagues for my part-time gig, and we've got about a 20-minute ride. Some of that will be on highway, at highway speeds. It is about 20 degrees right now, heavy winds, and they say the real feel is 0 degrees. So I'm just thrilled that the thing turned over so easily. But I shouldn't be at all surprised. I guess I'm really not surprised, because it's been just really a gem for me, the Spyder has, in terms of reliability. Looks like it's not quite a full moon, but close. And one of the things I figured out how to do really a few months ago, because I remember I did a Spyder wash video, and I used it, I think, for the first time. I haven't used it much, but I'm going to use it on tonight's video. I am going to just let the video roll for this entire trip, but this video is not going to be as long as it takes for me to get to this restaurant. And we're going to stop at a cool park right on the Niagara River. I think you're going to like it. We'll look out to see Canada across the river at Gratwit Park in North Tonawanda. But what I'm going to do is use the feature that allows you to do kind of like, you've seen them before, but fast motion. So, you know, I might take 5 minutes of this ride and compress it into, you know, less than a minute, so it's going to look super fast, but it'll allow you to join me for this entire ride without having to take the time to go for the ride. But I wanted to bring you along because this is a true test for me, for the Spyder, and for you on how this thing manages, well, how the rider manages in just inhospitable conditions. According to the Spyder thermometer, it looks like it's 30 degrees, and I don't think it's any warmer than 22. I looked at my weather app just before we left. I thought it said it was 21. It might have been 22, but it was going to get down to like the high teens by the time I leave this restaurant. And it's very windy, so they're saying the real feel is like 0 degrees. We are on Niagara Falls Boulevard. We're going to jump on the 190, which is part of the New York State Thruway Authority system. And then we're going to jump on another freeway to head towards this restaurant. Great restaurant. This is a nice Christmas dinner we're going to have. And I've got to go. So what I'm going to do is, from here until we get to Gratwit Park, I'm going to just let you enjoy the ride, and I'm going to use that compression system where I can compress the video so that it doesn't take but a minute or so, maybe a little longer than that. And I hope you enjoy it. So I will just point out that the Spyder thermometer is now down to 25, which is more realistic because the Spyder thermometer is always notoriously high, so it probably is 20 degrees right now. And it feels it. It really does. So we are on River Road in North Tonawanda right now. It's called River Road appropriately because we are riding right along the Niagara River, which is right to our right. I mean, literally right there. And those lights you see across there are in Canada. And this is called Gratwit Park, and it's right on the Niagara River. Wow, there's nobody here. Normally at night there'll be cars parked here doing who knows what, but I guess it's too cold. But you can see the river right here, and those lights that you see there, you can see how it's lighter there as the sun heads towards our friends in Canada, but those lights you see are on the Canadian side of the border. So this ride served a good test for me. I know that I can at least survive a ride in the... My glasses are fogging up here. That's not safe, but my ability to survive in a cold ride, even at highway speeds, granted not for hours but for minutes, it's doable. I've got to bundle up, but it is doable. The ride home, it'll be in the high teens, but I can tell just from, you know, what I'm experiencing right now, that'll be fine. I do not know this city, North Tonawanda, very well, and I normally couldn't get in or out without my GPS, but because it's so cold, my phone is in my pocket, my jacket pocket, and I can't rely on it. So I really had to, you know, do some mental gymnastics to make sure I could get... Oh, that's nice looking. To make sure I could get here and hopefully get home without the phone. I don't know, but my guess is my phone, it would not be good to have it on the mount in 20-degree weather, but I may be wrong on that. If you have any comments on that, if you're familiar enough with the iPhone to say, yeah, you can put it even in freezing cold temps, you can put it out there exposed on the mount, that would be helpful. Now what's interesting about this ride is you can see the ground is completely dry. There's no I'm gonna let this car pass me here. There's no snow on the ground whatsoever. As I am riding right now, as I'm filming this, the south towns just south of Buffalo are getting pounded with multiple feet of snow. And there was talk of that snow band lifting north of Buffalo this evening, but thankfully that forecast changed today. Otherwise I would have taken an Uber to get here, because I didn't want to leave this restaurant and have 6 inches of snow on the ground and on the Spyder. But the forecast changed, thank you God, I sure do appreciate it. If there's anything helpful or anything you liked about this video, please hit that like button. The restaurant is up ahead. If you don't subscribe to the channel yet, if you would subscribe, I sure would appreciate that. Comment on anything, whether it's the temperature and riding in these temperatures, whether it's anything related to the Spyder. Any comments would be appreciated as well. And until the next video, thanks for coming along, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.